Hello guys, welcome back to part 3 of my Platinum walkthrough for Ender Lilies. So just defeated Silver. I'm just going to change the setup a bit. So I've assigned the Guardian Silver weapon to slot 2 in place of Gerard. As you saw there, you need that Guardian Silver weapon equipped almost all the time now, because it's like a movement weapon as well. It improves how high you can get. You'll see in a second. So we just dropped down from that safe room, guys, and we're just making our way left here. And as you can see here, that's the silver weapon. You hold square when you're in the air. You can do it twice, like a 2-hit combo, and it makes you go a bit higher and a bit further. It knocks you back a bit. Just got amulet fragment from a pot there, and they just drop it down below. Amulet fragment from that pot. Yeah, the Guardian Silver ability, you jump in the air, then you hold square with it, and it makes you go up a bit and to the left, as you can see there. And every time you press jump or dash, you can do it again. But remember, you can only double jump once and you can only use dash once. So normally what you do, you jump once, you can do it twice, then you dash, do it twice again, and then do your double jump and then do it twice again. And that's how you get a lot of movement in the game. And other than that, you get a few more movement upgrades, but other than that, that's mainly what the movement is like in this game. So I'm just building up my SP now. So we've also got an SP gauge, and I've just dashed in the middle of that large enemy, because behind it is a relic. You saw I just got a relic from behind it. The prayer relic. Yeah, that one there. Well, the white priestess statue. Just got that relic from him. That was step 77, by the way. And now we're going to fast travel to the Witch's Hermitage. Yeah, so when you kill enemies, it builds up your SP gauge, guys, and your pink spirits, you hold up and press one of them and it does a special attack, only on your pink spirits, by the way. And here we're just going to make our way up to the right. So I can see here, it will always knock you back behind. So I just got cracked familiar stone relic from that chest, and then we just returned to respite, and now we're going to warp to, well, I'm going to equip that first. That cracked familiar stone, which you just got, that reduces damage a bit. I think this one is 10%. I think that other one's 7%, and the one we get later is 15%, I think. So I've just equipped that, and we're going to warp now to Bridgehead. We're going to warp to Bridgehead. Yeah, when you use the silver attack to get a bit more height, you always need to face away from the way you want to go, because it knocks you back a bit. It does take a moment to get used to it. Just play about with it for a little bit. Just let yourself get, familiarise yourself with how you do it. Now, just go into this room. We've got a chain of sorcery there. This is step number, looking on my map now, this is step number 79 we just got. Up here is step 80, stagnant blight times 10. We're doing a bit of collectible hunting now, and then we're going to head to the top right of the game. And you've got one more collectible here on this map. We've got Furious Blight times 10 in this room, sorry, not the map. Yeah, once you've done this part, you'll be about halfway through the game. Probably, yeah, about halfway through the game. So, and up here, you've got Stagnant Blight times 10 there. And that is step number 82. And when you collect Blight, by the way, you normally get it, you can get it in like an amount of 10. 30 or 800, I think it is. The 800 amounts, they'll be much later, because as you can imagine, you need like most of the abilities in order to reach them, because it basically let you upgrade a lot. It let you max upgrade something, they will. So they're basically what you get later. Now that big red eye there on the floor, you need a lot more height to get there. Now normally you have to climb up that house on the left and jump off, but if you get maximum height from this ledge there, you can just get enough height and then ground pound, and then you'll smash it. You just get enough height. Yes, I did get a bit close with damage there, and you got Stagnant Blight times 10 there, and you got another Stagnant Blight. So you got two caches of Stagnant Blight there, guys. And I've returned back to respite afterwards, and now we're going to fast travel to the collapsed shack. And we're going to do a bit more collectible hunting now before we head into the next main area. So we're just heading into the background here through that little doorway in the background, and we're going to get an item here which increases the XP gain. I just took the wrong way there for a second. Yeah, this item get now increases XP. I think I have got it wrote down again. Like I said, something else. I've got it wrote down somewhere. I can't quite remember what it is. I'll try and find it out for the next part. I think this increases XP gain by about 10%. I think. So just got that, and then we return to Respite. And these XP items, we're always going to have them equipped as soon as we get them. So this is the first one, Bloodstained Ribbon. And by the way, with these, I do get the XP items as soon as we can get them. I think I do the same with the damage items as well. The items that reduce your damage and the items that give you more XP, I get them as soon as we get the abilities to get them. You can get some of them perhaps a little bit earlier, but it'd be a case of moving enemies around, and it's very, very annoying. But yeah, we get them the earliest you can get them by using your main abilities. Right, so we're in this room now, just to the left of that collapse shack safe room. I'm going to get 3 items in here, number 85, 86 and 87 on my little map in the description. Yeah, you get some blight, you'll get an amulet, and then some more blight. So, going to ground pound through there, and make our way to the left here. We've got amulet and furious blight times 10. Yes, you got a fragment there, and furious blight times 10. Then you can see down edge to the right some more blight. That's stagnant blight times 10. And now we've got them. We're going to just head into a few other rooms from earlier. Just lift up that switch so you can open that gate. Going to make our way through here, and ignore that first sort of tunnel leading down. We're going to take this next one here. If you remembered, we did ground pound through this earlier in the last part, I think it was. So in here there's going to be 4 items we're going to collect now. So drop down here, there's a hidden chain of sorcery in that crate, that far right crate, a chain of sorcery. Make sure you get that. That chest above, you got a relic in there. Well, sorry, an amulet gem. An amulet gem. That's actually a different colour on my map. I need to fix that. And down here, we've got a chest. In that chest, it's the giant's ring. So you've got a giant's ring there, guys. And you've got a stagnant blight times 10 there. That's all the items in that room. See, it just turned orange. That giant's ring, by the way, it only increases damage by literally about 5%. It's not a good amount. That's why I did not get it earlier. It's such a small amount. And up here, guys, we've got stagnant blight times 10. And there's one more item in this room before we start making our way to the next area. One more item is to the far left. Yeah, one more item over here. And this is blight again. Yes, now I do get to this by jumping from the roof, but you can get to this one from the floor. Yeah, I get to it from here, but you can get to it from the floor. You don't have to come this way. Yeah, there it is. I actually didn't try that before. That's just a look. Stagnant blight times 10. Yeah, you can get to it from the floor, guys. Don't worry. You don't have to do it from the top like I did. And then return to Respite afterwards. And then we're going to warp to. Yeah, so we can equip something else now. So I'm going to equip the Manisa's ring on top of what I've already got. Yeah, so I've mainly got the damage. Yeah, we're going to warp to the Oceaory. Yeah, so I've mainly got the damage, the damage relic, the XP relic, and obviously I've just got to equip that ring as well. So in this Respite, just going to make our way to the left, and you can see the stagnant blight hanging down that spider cups. Furious blight times 10. That is step number 94, guys, on my map. And I'm going to make our way down there, and we just got a note there, guys. Silver note 2, silver's note number 2. And they're going to make our way right in the water and get furious blight times 10. Now you can just get up here. You can just get up here. And I'm going to dash into the wall there. You've got to be very careful with the dash when you try and get height, because sometimes you can dash too far away from a ledge and you try and climb up. So you have got to just sort of do it in the right order, or start the jump in the right distance away. So you can do your first jump, 2 attacks, dash into the ledge you want to get up to, 2 attacks, and then you double jump and then 2 attacks again to reach it. So here, Holy Spring Water, guys. We've got a trophy though, Relic Hunter. Yes, I had to kill that enemy because there was a gate. I had to kill him to unlock the gate. We return to Respite, and yes, that's a relic. We just got Holy Spring Water. That basically makes your heal you for a little bit more. Just seeing if I can upgrade anything else. So I've just upgraded the Guardian Segrit. spirit a little bit more, because we're going to be using that quite a lot now. This next area we'll be going into soon, there's some dragon enemies, and they're very annoying because they follow you. They follow you around a lot of the room. It's not like a lot of these normal enemies on the floor, the ground-based enemies. They don't really move too much or follow you. But these dragons in the next area, they sort of fly around the level. And they do de-aggro eventually, but they do follow you quite a bit. So it is best to just try and get rid of them. So here, guys, in this pot, we've got an amulet fragment. Amulet fragment there, that's step 98. Step 98 there. And then we're making our way left, back up again, and we're going to get a note. This is the heirloom of Land's End. That's been added to findings. Another note. If you do miss any collectibles, by the way, don't worry about it too much. You know what you've missed because the room will be blue. So you know what you missed. So when we be clearing up near the end, when you have the abilities, there's a secret wall there on the right, by the way. Stagnant Blight times 10 in there. And then I just sort of jump across and make my way back up. Yes, you can drop down if you want there, but then you just got a bit more further you have to climb up because you fall down a bit. But basically making the way up to the top right. Yeah, if you do miss any collectibles that I do get, you realise you've missed something or you don't quite have enough blight, the same blight than what I have, don't worry, when you do clean up later, you know what you've missed because the room will be blue. Don't worry. And you can look at the blue room, then you can look at my map, see where I've put the numbers, then you know roughly where that item is. So Stagnant Blight times 10 there, guys. Stagnant Blight times 10. Yes, and yeah, you just go at the end and you can just get everything then. Just go into blue rooms and get anything that you've missed. So Frasius Memoirs number 3 there. Finding that room's just turned orange as well. And we're heading right now into the top right area, which is the Twin Spires. So you've got a Stagnant Blight times 10 here. Yeah, the Twin Spires, the boss there, it drops another. It basically it gives you wall jump. It gives you wall jump, and so obviously makes basically once you got wall jump and this other ability, Furious Blight there, guys, times 10. We can almost reach just about anywhere. To be honest, I think we can. I think once you get this wall jump, we can reach just about anywhere if you combine all these different abilities we've got, which increase your height and your distance covered when you're jumping. Here, another respite, and there's a bloodied note number 1, guys. Another file, bloodied note number 1. So I'm just going to rest there. Now, this area it is a little bit difficult. Obviously, it's more difficult for me, so I'm low level. But if you find you're dying a bit too much here, just try and kill the stronger enemies. Killing the stronger, basically, when you kill, as you progress through the game, the strongest enemies, the further you are into the game, will always sort of give you the most XP. If you're sort of looking for the enemy that gives you most XP, it's always sort of the strongest enemies, the furthest you found into the game. So these are the annoying dragons. Yeah, so get rid of them quick. I normally just jump, use the triangle segregate attack, and I use the archer spirit as well. So I jump, use segregate, and use the archer spirit. And normally, if that all hits them, it'll knock them down. If you knock them down from a good height, they take a lot of fall damage. Them guys, obviously they're in the sky, so they're going to take tons of fall damage. So if you can make them fall down, that's a good thing about that. Normally if they hit, it doesn't quite kill them, but it knocks them down, and because they're already flying, it does a lot of damage and normally finishes them off. But I don't really bother killing anybody else, just some dragons. So I unlock that shortcut as well. Did you just see there? I'm coming to this room above. Basically, here's in this room is 106 steps, 106, 107, and 108. So yeah, you see how annoying these dragons can be. So I'm using these spirits. If they don't quite fall from a good height when they land, when you do stagger them in the air and they fall down, it won't do any damage. So it does have to be probably, if you say your character's about, I don't know, she's about 2 foot tall, ain't she? Well, if you say she's about 3 foot tall, well, it's probably about the double the height of the dragons they have to fall down. So if they fall down, it's about the double the height of the dragon. Normally I do quite a lot of fall. But if they only fall down about height of one dragon, it won't really do any damage. So you just got that Stagnant Blight times 10 there. And that is step 106. And we're just making our way back across now to the middle sort of area of this room, and we're going to make our way up. Yeah, I'm getting rid of all these dragons we pass. It's getting some nice XP for me as well, finally. Yeah, they are leveling me up quite quick, but it's only because I'm such a low level. So I probably don't need much XP to hit the next levels. Yeah, the thing is, when you're doing the jumping, when you're trying to do the jumping tricks here, you have got to be careful of getting stunned, because it sort of ruins your momentum. So if there's any enemies around where you're doing it, you sort of need to get rid of them, because you need to be uninterrupted. Because it does take a moment. I mean, it takes about 5 seconds, doesn't it, to fully do it. So up here, top of this little wall, we've got a chain of sorcery. That is step 107, guys, on my map. Up here, there's a switch which you need to pull to open the gate below. You just see it below, that gate just opened. So I need to be very careful. As you can see, I'm getting low on healing. I'm getting very, very low on healing. And another dragon. This dragon will follow you down. You see there's a floor there we have to drop down by pressing down and jump. He will follow you through there. So I'm just getting rid of him. Because here is that item and we need to climb the wall here. So I'm just getting rid of all these enemies. And yeah, they almost kill me. I'm getting close to death here. Right, and right up here, hidden in this little corner, is a amulet fragment. Amongst all them enemies, an amulet fragment there. And that's everything. You can see we're orange now. But I almost forgot, just going to open the shortcut gate. But it's going to be a rest room, guys, in a second. Yeah, so you're just going to drop down in the middle here. Yeah, there's a bigger dragon there. In this rest room, you got a file there, bloodied note number 2. And I'm just going to rest here to get all my healing uses back. Yeah, in this map, you go through a lot of rooms. The safe rooms in this map are quite spaced out. They're quite spaced out. So you have got to be very careful here. It's more like a twin spires. It's more like sort of survivability. I guess the ruined castle is quite similar. Yeah, these last few areas, the safe rooms are quite spaced out. So I just pull that switch on the left, and then I'm coming over here to get this stagnant blight times 10. Watch out, red water, it does damage you. I do fall in it just to avoid damage from the dragons, which is worse. I took the lesser of the 2 evils there. Right, so up that lift, and I press that switch just to bring that down while I'm going to get that blight. So once you get up there, I'm just going to come to the far right here, guys, because there is a save room here on the right. And this is going to be step 111, step 111. You got Honus Diary 3, number 3. Honus, I'm not sure how you say its name. And just heading back into this room now, and now we're going up. Up here is step number 112. Now here, behind me on the right, you can't quite see it, there's an orange door. Now if you stand behind it and charge up silver and then have it attack, it should reach, you can see it there. There's a little switch to open that door. And where I just jumped up there a second ago, that's where you normally have to come down here. And in that chest is a Ricorous ring that gives you another SP gauge, which is really, really helpful, guys. Yeah, so you see that switch there. We basically hit there from behind. Charge up your silver attack from behind the door and should reach it. You can't quite see, but it should reach it. But if you come down the normal way, you normally have to smash the ground and then drop through that water. Now I'm just making my way up here. There we go. Yeah, just up here. And you can just get up here. You can just get up, as you can see. Yeah, some blight there. You can just make it. There we go. Stagnant blight times 30. Quite a big stash. Quite a big stash, that one. Yeah, I think you're supposed to have another ability to do that. You get like an upcut ability later, which lets you get quite a lot of height. You can see that green switch there. Now, as you can see there, you can just reach it. I jumped up and I just reached it. If they ever patch that, it just means you're going to have to go down and to the left and make your way up here. But we're just going into the top left room now. Top left exit, sorry, into this room. And a lot of tough enemies here, but we're just making our way to the far left first because there's a safe room to the far left. So make our way to the far left. That room in the middle there, which is locked, don't worry about that. We come to that room right at the end of the game. Well, not right at the end, but near the end. So you've got a file there, guys. Monument engraving. Basically, it's hidden floor there. Hold down and press jump, either left or right of the safe room. So respite, and you can see here, I'm going to equip the Ricarus ring, swap it out for the Minaris ring, because that gives you another SP gauge, and I'm also equipping that ring, Holy Spring Water, that makes your healing ring, heal you for more. And I've upgraded the Western Merchant there to level 4. I've just upgraded the Western Merchant Spirit to level 4. And then right, we're ready to go. As you see there on the bottom left, we've got 2 SP gauges now. And I'm just going to get rid of these tough enemies here. Well, the dragon. I thought I was going to have to get rid of the pots, but I didn't have to. Basically, you see what I want to do here. I want to jump from here and make our way up to that ledge above. There you go, you can just make it. And I'm going to make our way across to the right, because there's an amulet fragment on this sort of floating island in the middle. There it is, growing on that bush. There's a sword. Somebody died here, obviously. It wasn't me. And that was 115, that step. Yeah, so we'll just make our way up to the boss now. So you're going to come across a lot of sort of maze-like areas now, where you've got a lot of levers to pull. You've got to open a gate and then make your way back. Now them red eyes are very, very annoying. To dodge them, you basically need to parry. So if you're in the area of their attack and you're not going to be able to get out in time, just stay still and keep pressing R2 to parry. Just keep pressing R2. You see to the bottom left there, I just showed you, you saw the switch. Now you can't hit it, but if you had Gerard, and if you did Gerard's special attack, his ultimate, you know, his SP move, you can actually hit it. You have to use Gerard. But I bring you up this way because just show you how to do it if you don't have Gerard like me, and if you don't have full SP. But yeah, that's if you want to get to that bottom left door a bit easier. Use Gerard's ultimate attack, but I don't have him equipped, so I'm going to show you this way, and this gave you a bit of nice XP as well, and also show you the way. So you sort of got 3 gauntlets as you make your way up here. So it's basically 3 dragons in each of the gauntlets. But if you can get rid of the dragons pretty quick. And remember to use your super attacks. You can see I've got 2 full gauges now on the bottom left. Yeah, remember to use your super attacks. Elaine's attack, by the way, Elaine's super attack probably does the most damage out of every one, especially when it's fully upgraded. Yes, Elaine's super attack. But the thing is, it can be difficult to hit because it covers the whole area around you, and so most of the projectiles miss with a single enemy. As you can see there, like 4 of the projectiles miss, but each projectile can do quite a lot of damage. Fully upgraded, each projectile does like 800 damage. It's crazy. But I'm just making my way down here now, and just underneath that lift is a amulet fragment, so send it back up once you're on the bottom and get the amulet fragment. That was number 116. Now just making my way through here and up to the far right, up to that elevator connected to the chain, and I'm going to ride this to the left, to the middle, and once you get to the middle, there's going to be a switch we want to hit in order, hit that switch in order to bring the next one across. There it is, there it comes. These birds are annoying, they keep sort of teleporting. I don't know why a bird needs to teleport when it can fly. So I've just dropped down near that tower. You see that tower in the background? I've just dropped down near that, just before it. Don't drop down too early, otherwise you'll drop down to the room below. You have to make your way all the way back up, which you don't want to. If you're worried, just drop down when you're in line with the tower. You see that tower in the background? Yeah, if you're worried, just drop down when you're sort of in line with the tower. And then there's that little secret wall. And then we just come through here, drop down, and then come into this room on the right. There's a lever there to open that gate, and it brings you back to this restroom from earlier. Yeah, you'd be coming back into this restroom quite a lot. There's about 50 different ways into this room. Now this bit's like a little puzzle area. So basically you want to go back to that first lift. I'll make my way back there. I forgot where I was for a second. Yeah, make your way up on this lift. and then make your way to the left lift, and then ride that up, and then you basically need to go right, but I'm just going to show you on the left here. So you see just above me there's a gate, and you see that green switch at the top here. You can use some of your special attacks to reach that, but you need to come along the bottom anyway, because you need some collectibles. So that's how you parry them red eyes. You just keep spamming parry if you're inside its sort of area of attack. So just coming back down by taking that way on the right, and now you can come down here. There you go. Now that lifts us all the way at the top, and then you come down here, you drop down here because there's a file. This is going to be number 1, step 118 on the map. There's a file here, and it's bloodied note number 3. Then make your way back. Yeah, make your way back up here. I'm trying to get up. I just don't want to go near that red eye, so annoying. Probably should have, so I almost died there. Yeah, then make your way here, and in the middle here, guys, it's a little secret. Yeah, more mice here. The amount of rats I've seen lately, especially after playing Plague's Tale. Stagnant Blight times 10 at the top here, and just keep dropping down. Get back, and you're going to ride this platform up now, and then you're going to move to the left and then ride the other platform down, just so you can get into the room that was underneath that lift. So that Stagnant Blight we just got was step 119. So you're just making your way down here now. Now you can get down here finally, hit that switch, open that, and come through there. You want to hit that elevator. Basically that's back to the safe point, and actually want to come back here to rest and refill everything. Yeah, see all the waste in there, and they make a way back along the bottom now. And a little gauntlet here, you have to get rid of all these enemies. Rid of all these, so just be careful, take your time. These shield guys, you can hurt them a little bit from the front, but really need to get behind them. So get rid of the dragons first if you can, then get them close together, and if you use Silver's special attack, she does the sort of pillars, them sort of red pillars, which will damage them. And they're better for these knights because it doesn't matter if you're in front of them or not, that'll damage them either way. Yeah, but if you use normal melee attacks, dash behind them. Now the last enemy is behind here, it's one of them pot monsters. So I'm just going to use close range attacks on him quickly. Should be easy by himself. That's it. Once you've got him, that will open the gate to the far left. Got to make our way to the left side of this sort of castle now, at the left side of it. But there is some items. There's a this will be item number 120. There's some blight just up here. You can just get to it if you use all your jumping abilities you have so far. There we go. Stagnant blight times 30. And yeah, like I say, we're going to make our way up the side of the tower now. There's going to be a lot of them eye enemies, so watch out for them. I guess it's best just kill him. There's a dragon there. Yeah, watch the dragon. Probably should have killed him, so I almost die here. That bloody thing knocks me down, that little worm. And the little worm almost... I managed to avoid the dragon, the red eyes, but no, the worm almost beats me. Archer there, watch the archer. Watch that worm below, he actually kamikazed off. He knew what was coming. So there's a chest up here, you can just reach it. But I'm just going to get rid of that dragon first, so because that will happen, it will just interrupt me. Right, that full damage will definitely kill him. Right, so in that chest, there's an item which gives you health back when you damage an enemy. Yeah, small amount of HP. It's not a lot. I think it's 2% off your max HP. It's not a lot, yeah, 2% off your max HP on each attack. But it's very good with weapons that do multiple attacks at once, because you'll get HP for each attack. Say if you've got an attack which hits an enemy 5 times, you'll get you'll recover sort of 10 HP from that. But by itself, it's just not very good, and it uses up 3 slots as well. But there's another relic later, which gives you HP back. It gives you like, I think the other relic gives you 20% HP back on kill, and if you combine them, they're very, very good together. Right, so up here, guys, this is the room where we're the top left room in the Twin Spires with collectible 122 inside. It's a relic, so you basically got this elevator you have to activate, and you've got like a little sort of elevator gauntlet, I guess, and it's not too difficult. It's all these enemies lobbing these lobbing the axes at you, flaming axes. So I mean, I do get quite low in health here, so I probably should have been playing it a bit more safer than what I am. Look, I'm dashing around all over the place, but their axes, they can only throw them so far. So if you want to play it safe here, you're best off staying to the far right or the far left, and then just use some range attacks from there, and then just dodging the axes that come to you wherever you are. If you stay in the middle, you're going to have every single axe being able to reach you. But if you're on the far right or far left, only so many of the enemies will be able to reach you. So that's if you want to play it safe. Don't just dart around like I'm doing, because you end up with a little tiny bit of HP like me. And we've still got one more room to get through before we get to a rest room. So I just got an amulet fragment there. That was step number 122, guys, on my map. So here, yes, I'm just going to dash straight across. You do not need to fight these dragons. The super versions. So there's a flower there, a white flower, so just got one healing use back. So if you get to the far left here, watch out for all these worms. You can actually drop down and go back to the safe room from earlier. So just keep making your way back. That's it, drop down here, and it will take you back to the safe room from earlier. Here we are, the last entrance into this room. 1 out of 6, I think it is. So I just wanted to unhighlight all my new relics, which I've just done. So it's like 4 ways into that room. So I'll just make a way back here, and I'm just taking the top route because there's a chain of sorcery there in the crates. Yeah, chain of sorcery, make sure you get them. And then we're making a way to the right exit. There's only one right exit in this room. So make your way to the far right. And we're in the last room now before you get to a safe point, and then make your way up to the boss. So when you first come in, just take the first, drop down and then take first left, and it'll bring you to this Furious Blight times 10. And I'll show you where the switch is to open the shortcut in this room. So just above my head there's a switch. You can see the gate just on top right of where I'm standing. You see the gate just come down the top right. Just above me is where a switch is. So if you jump up and use Siegfried Spirit, he should hit the switch in the room above. But I will show you in a minute where it is exactly. So I'm just coming down here. There's a switch you have to hit to open a trapdoor, which is on a timer. But first of all, we need to get the chest, because there's a relic inside. This is relic number 125 on my map. Step number 125. So in this chest, you got the Ancient Dragon Claw. That improves damage when you're airborne, and it's not a lot. I think it's like 7 or 10% damage. It's not a lot, so that's why I never use it. All the relics that improve your damage, they don't improve it by a lot, so I never really use them until we're farming later. So that switch I just pulled, guys, that's the switch you need to hit to open the trapdoor, and it's on a timer. So when you hit it, you have to be really quick. So you may want to just get rid of these enemies first if you want to play it a bit safer. But this is a quick way. And when you're jumping up where the trapdoor is, jump up on the left, because if the trapdoor's about to close and jump up on the right, the trapdoor will push you away from the ledge. But if it's about to close and you're jumping up on the left, then you can still get up in time. So yeah, always jump up on the left when you're trying to climb out. Yeah, like I say, it's very close. You can probably afford 1 or 2 mistakes as long as you recover quickly and then get to the trapdoor on time. But if you make too many mistakes and you don't recover quick enough, so that's where the lever is, guys, to open that trapdoor. That's where we hit from the room below. And then make way up here. We've got last safe room before the boss. Last safe room before the boss. So I'll show you my spirits. We're just going to enhance a few first. I'm going to change our relics a bit. So we've taken off Holy Spring Water, I'm going to equip the Monosis ring. So this is what I've got equipped. Broken Music Box, Ferocious Ring, Cracked Familiar Stone, we've got Bloodstained Ribbon, we've got Ricorous Ring, and we've got Monosis Ring. And spirit wise, we'll enhance first what we can. So we're going to enhance Dark Witch Elaine. You're going to enhance Dark Witch Elaine. I've just got enough, so that's level 4. And we can't really upgrade anything else. Yeah, so spirit wise, we've got Unborn Knight, we've got Guardian Sacred and Fallen Archer in set 1. Set 2, we've got Elaine, Western Merchant, and Silver. Make sure you got them in them orders, because obviously you've got your close range build, which is Unborn Knight, Sacred, and the Archer, and then the range build is Silver, Elaine, and the Western Merchant. So to begin with, guys, I use the close range build, and you just want to keep trying to get behind him. This boss can quickly close the distance between you, so be very careful. Just try and you want to try and always stay close to him and get behind him. And when he's staggered, by the way, he staggers for quite a long time. Remember, you've got his special abilities. I try to use Elaine. I do a mix here. I use Elaine's special ability, and sometimes I use the Unborn Knight. I use a sort of combo of them. Elaine does more damage, but it's tricky to hit. But again, sometimes with the Unborn Knight, he dodges away anyway as you cast it. But stay close. Just keep using square attack, the Unborn Knight attack, using your Sacred Spirit and your Archer Spirit. Obviously, with the Archer, make sure you're close. Yeah, just keep trying to get behind him. Sometimes, similar to Silver, sometimes when he's doing a normal melee on the ground, sometimes he will melee twice, not always. Sometimes he will melee twice. So when you're hitting him and he's about to melee you on the ground, hit him a few times, dodge for his first melee, hit him a few times, then get ready to dodge again, so that you dodge behind him, ready for dodge a second, just in case he does it. But always try and stay behind him. Now, in this last phase, this is his last stage, by the way. It's hyper mode. Well, not quite hyper, but you see he's got a red aura around him. I use range attacks for this, and again, don't want to stay too close, but what I do, I just keep letting him come to me. I don't really move around too much, except when I'm dodging. I just sort of stay where I am. I use my range attacks, but I basically just stay still and dodge his attacks. I don't actually run around unless I'm dodging. Now, this attack, where he summons the pillars of that red light that will damage you, you know he's about to do it because he stays still and looks like he's about to punch the ground. You're going to get ready to dash into the middle where he is. You want to get ready to dash where he is, because the only safe place is where it's sort of really close to him. But to begin with, when he first punches the ground, there's like that there'll be a shock wave from where he's standing, so you want to make sure you time it right, so you dash to where he is, so you miss a shock wave from where he initially punches the ground and he dodges his attack. Obviously, you need to make sure you dodge all his attacks, most of them, obviously. But obviously, when he's going fast, just take your time, try and learn his attacks. If you're higher level, it should be a bit easier for you anyway. But as you can see, when he gets into his second and his third phase, he does a lot more different attacks. Just always try and get behind him when he's dodging, when he's getting close to you. And sometimes he will sort of do that wave, that sort of blast wave, that shock wave attack. Be ready to dodge that. Here, guys, we've got a Priestess Wish that increases how much your healing restores. And we've got a White Priestess finding their file. I was quick to skip past that, but we did get a file there, White Priestess there. That's file number, well, Collectible 128 on my map, guys. But that's it for that part, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.